Hi everyone, it is Christopher Allen with another tutorial for you using the Cricut Explore and a couple of different materials. Today I want to show everyone how to make some really neat wrapping paper. The wrapping paper that I made will fit, depending on the size of your mat that you use, a 12 by 12 mat or the 12 by 24 mat. It will fit an assortment of different sizes of gifts. Obviously this will not fit like a shirt box or something of that nature unless you put two of the pieces of the wrapping paper together. Now, the wrapping paper does look like this. It is, with this one I used an edge-to-edge cartridge. You can kind of see how the silver marker is very shimmery with this one, and it is printed on just a plain white standard wrapping paper. So you can do this with a variety of different materials. I did it with just standard craft paper, and I also did it with some orange paper, and I also did it with, I don't believe it's here, but I also did it with some orange paper. I think I might have just said that, but I don't see it. I think I might have put it in the other room. But what we're going to do is we're going to go over some very standard, very basic drawing techniques in the design space. I haven't really gone over drawing or I guess drawing with shapes or drawing with fonts really in depth. I want to show you in this tutorial how to change colors on different layers with the pens and things of that nature. Now, one quick tip that I do want to review is there are a couple of different types of markers that you can use for this technique. I used, and I'm going to hop over here to grab some markers real quick. I used some, and I don't think, here's some right here. Perfect. I used some chalk markers with some of them. These are American Crafts brand. I also used some Galaxy markers, which is like this one right here that I'll be showing in another tutorial coming up. The Galaxy marker, as well as some of the metallic markers, as well as, of course, our old faithful Cricut markers, the markers that either come with the machine or you can purchase separately. One of these is a fine tip, and one of these is a kind of a bolder or a medium tip. Now, one quick tip, again, that I did review in my previous videos is that if you are going to use the American Crafts markers, you do need to make sure that they are a medium tip marker, or they are the, let's see here, the medium tip marker, which on the packaging it will have a little M like this, or you can use also the fine tip markers. I can't seem to find one of my fine tip markers right now, unfortunately, but the fine tip markers, of course, work as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the computer, and I'm going to show you kind of the techniques of mixing around some fonts and also some images and changing the colors, and then we're going to hop over and I'm going to show you how to load the mat and quickly how to change out your markers whenever it asks to change colors. So let's head on over to the computer and we'll get started. All right, everyone. Today what we're going to do is we're going to go over how to actually set up the wrapping paper in the Cricut Explore whenever we're actually going to go ahead and start writing. This tutorial is going to kind of review all of the different ways to change the writing and switch some things around with layers so that you can see exactly how everything would be placed on the mat. So first and foremost, what we're going to do is we're going to go, of course, over to our new project, and we'll click Create New Project. And once we get into the canvas, we want to figure out exactly what we want this wrapping paper to have on it. Is it a birthday? Is it a wedding? Just depending on what what occasion, that's how we'll figure out, what we're going to put on that wrapping paper. So we want to go ahead and insert images, and I'm going to do this one for a birthday. So what I'm going to look up is balloons. And once I find the balloons, that I want to use, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how we can change some things around. So let's just say we want to use these balloons. So we'll hit Insert Images, and we'll go ahead and we will make these just a little bit larger. You would scale these to whatever size you would like for your mat, simply because it just depends on what size you want it to be on your wrapping paper. So first we're going to hit Edit, and we're going to go to Layers, and we're going to make all of these layers written. So we'll go through here and we'll figure out which ones we want to write. We want all of them to write, but we'll figure out what color we want them to be. So right now they are all gray. So let's say I want to make this one like a red color. And let's say I want to make these two black. And then let's say that I want to make this one, or the rest of everything, like a jade color. So by selecting these different things, it's going to change the color of your pen when you hit go. And what I do is I like to change the color because I think it adds more dimension, a little bit more fun and whimsy to the wrapping paper. So next what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll take this image and we're going to duplicate it. Once we hit duplicate, we can go ahead and we can spin this around, and we can, put these in all different places on our mat. So we'll go ahead and we will just make these, go in all different fun directions, and then we're good here. Now, if we are going to go ahead and do this on a 12 by 12 mat, you will want to make sure that you keep these within 11.5 inches over on this side and down 11.5 inches over here. If you're going to do this on the 12 by 24 mat, you could come all the way down, of course, to the 24 inches with your design. And you could just continue to put these all over the place. But the one thing that I do want to remind everyone, once you have everything done and you have everything selected and where you like it, you can go ahead and you can hit Select All, and then you want to hit Attach. By hitting Select All and Attach, that's going to make sure that these images on our mat, when we hit go, are going to cut out the exact, write, not cut out, or they're going to write on this mat in the exact same place that we placed them. See, they're all right where we placed them. They're in the same place as the way that we placed them on the mat, next to each other. So they're not moving around. We can still move them around on this mat preview, but they're going to stay, in the same width and height of each other. One other way that I want to show you how to do this, we'll just go ahead and we'll delete those, is by doing the edge to edge, using the edge to edge cartridge. So what I do is I go into all image sets and we'll type in edge. And we go to the edge to edge cartridge. And we'll select, what's one that I had used? We'll just select this one. And we'll hit Insert Image. And then what we want to do is we can do this on a 12 by 12 mat so that we can wrap something like a piece of jewelry or a smaller gift, not one of the larger gifts that I did. And we'll make this 11.5 because that is the largest that we can cut out on the smaller of the Cricut mats. And then we'll go ahead and we will click on where this little scissor is, and we'll hit Write. And now it is going to write this out for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to the Cricut machine, and I'm going to show you exactly how we would switch everything out when it tells us to switch the different colors, and I will show you how everything looks whenever it's done. All right, see you in a minute. All right, everyone, we are back over at my craft table. I am not in this video because I'm still trying to figure out the lighting in my new craft room. It's a little bit weird because the light is now behind me, whereas before it was in front of me. So we get some weird shadows and it's kind of hard to see me in what I'm doing. So we're going to do it this way until we figure out that lighting. And I wanted to get a video up as soon as I could because I feel like I haven't put anything up in a while. These are the papers that I used for those two. These are just your standard everyday gift wraps, very easy to find, readily available at Target or any other place that would sell gift wrap. This is the Scotch postal wrapping paper. This is what I'm going to use today. This is extremely inexpensive. This was 37.5 feet and I got this for $2. So this is what we're going to use today. And here is my mat, already preloaded with the craft paper. We're going to go ahead and we're going to load it. And what I wanted to show you here is I wanted to show you exactly what to do when changing the markers. Today what I want to use are these Crayola markers. I love these fine tip markers. I've had a lot of people ask me if you can use these, and you can. I just want to show you a little trick to make sure that they are loaded in correctly. So once you press go on the screen, it's going to tell you what pen to load in. What I suggest doing is, because there are only a couple of different colors that are listed under the drawing tool, and that's simply because those are the pens that were released by, of course, Cricut. We want to make sure that the colors that we chose correspond with the colors that we want to use here. So what I'm going to choose first is, mine says Midnight pen, and I want to use purple for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert this pen in, and it's not going to click. So we want to take a look and make sure that it is just above the paper. And let me see if I can move you up here a little bit to where that is. Do you see how that pen is just above the paper there? It's probably about 1/8 of an inch above the paper. That's what we want to make sure that we have, so that this pen does not smush down when we're going ahead and we are writing. So I'm going to move you back here again so that we can go ahead and I can show you how to go ahead and start writing. So we're just going to load in our mat, and we're going to hit the Cricut head, and it's going to start writing for us. Now what it's going to do is it is going to actually write each color first. So it'll do all of what was considered the midnight first, and then it will go ahead and it will do everything that is the next color that I chose. So it's going to do all of the one pen color or marker color, and then we can do all of the other colors. The nice thing about this is these markers write beautifully. And we'll go ahead and we'll move up again so you can kind of see exactly how well they're writing here. And I'll keep you actually up here so you can see how everything is writing. Again, the markers are going to write exactly the color that you have chosen, and it is going to go ahead and do all of that color before it moves on to the next color. So now, in that short period of time, we're going to go ahead and we're going to remove this marker, and we're going to go on to our next color. Our next color that I'm going to choose is blue. So we'll go ahead, I'll show you. You want to make sure you hold under here, under the accessory clamp, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to close that, and you're going to hit go. Now what will happen is it's going to go ahead and it's going to do that next color for us, exactly where we chose that next color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward this until I go ahead to load the next pen, because we would be watching this for quite some time. And then once I load the next pen, we will be back, and I can show you the finished product. Alright, and the last color that I want to use here is going to be the green. We'll hit our Cricut head again, and that's going to tell us that it is ready to go. Now, in the case of this this design that is right out of the Cricut design space, is that it is going to actually overlap a couple of colors. I like that. Some individuals may not like that. So if you don't like that overlapping, you can go ahead and you can separate the layers out, or you can delete a layer. I do have a layering video that I'll link below that you can see exactly how to do that. I kind of like the mixture of color because I think that it kind of looks different. I mean, it's kind of neat, especially if you're using metallic colors, because you can see both colors, both of the colors kind of shining through. And you can see here that it is going to write. I did not do a full page here because I knew that it would take a little bit longer, obviously, than I wanted to make the video, to just show you the the premise of everything. So while this is all finishing up and this is wrapping up, you're going to see here, once it's all done, the finished product, and I'm going to fast forward here until it finishes up, and we will go ahead and I'll show you. Okay, everyone, and in that short amount of time, everything has finished up. I'm sorry, I had to cut away. My dog started barking. So we'll go ahead and we will unload our mat. we're going to go ahead and I'm going to bring you back again here so we can see everything. And pull this up here. Oops. And I'll show you. Oops. We'll slip this under our machine here. And I'll show you, I mean, look how great that drew those for us. And I think this, I mean, this would be fantastic wrapping paper for any type of a birthday. So all you would do, of course, is you would just take this and wrap your gift exactly how you would wrap any other gift. This is going to be for a smaller gift. If you use the 12 by 20 format, you can use the actual wrapping paper as opposed to the craft, and you can go ahead and you can put that on there. I hope that this helped today in showing kind of how to change the colors on layers and make this wrapping paper. And if you have any questions, of course, please go ahead and leave a comment below or send me an email. And I thank you so much, and you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.